I'm going to show you the quickest way to have a self-hosted Odoo instance that is managed at the same time. So you've got a self-hosted Odoo instance, but you have it managed at the same time. It could be sitting in your private environment on a VM in your home lab. But this for this demo, I'm going to use an EC2 instance that I will provision in my AWS account. So the instructions I will be following are in a blog article that I have written. Um, so the first thing is I will create the EC2 instance. So I'm going to launch the instance quickly, and I will call it a Ametnes data application location test. Select the Ubuntu um, image. And then for the instance type, I will go for the T4, T2X large. And then I will provision for 100 gig. You need less, but just in case, let's just make sure we've got that covered. And then I launch the instance. Okay, so we have got the instance running. We've got an IP address. So we are going to, as a search into that instance, right. Now, according to the blog article, I need to copy and to create a setup script. So I'll copy that from the article, just paste it there. I've got this script running, and then we need to identify the IP address, the public IP address, which we already have from the AWS console. Get that. Um, and we need to run the bash script, the setup script, supplying the IP address according to the article and the location ID. The location ID would be the ID in your Ametnes cloud account. So I'll paste that there, and that should be all set up and ready to go. So I run that script. It installs a bunch of software. Um, and once that is already finished, all I've got to do is to go back into the my Ametnes cloud account and hit refresh. So I'll give it a few minutes, and after about 2-3 minutes, maybe 5 at the most, you should have your location status changed to online. So now that we've got our connection to the our EC2 instance set up as an Ametnes cloud Ametnes data application location. So the next thing is to create the service. So I will go back into the Ametnes cloud account, click on services, click on new, and then search for Odoo. Click Odoo, click create, and then enter the Odoo instance prod. Select the version 17, the default location. Leave everything else as it is, and then select public and hit create. Now it's worth noting that if this is the first time if you are creating this instance in a brand new Ametnes cloud account, you might be prompted that your account has not been fully set up. That may essentially means that there are background processes, workflows that are still executing. Some of these are, for example, preparing your certificate, your TLS certificate. Um, but if that does happen, all you've got to do is to give it about 5 to 10 minutes, and then try to create the service again. But we've already created that service on this account before, so we weren't prompted for that message. Now we've got the service being created or the application being created. I'll hit refresh. Okay, after about 5 minutes, we now have our Odoo instance. So I will click on admin, copy the host, and then I hit the Odoo instance login screen. The login email address is going to be my Ametnes Cloud account email address. Paste that there, and then the password that I configured. So I'll enter that. And now I have a running Odoo instance. And that's pretty much it. You should be up and running within 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the most, if it's the very first time you're creating, if it's you're creating the application, the Odoo application in a brand new Ametnes Cloud account. Um, and that brings a wrap to this video. One last thing to note that Ametnes will create a host name for your Odoo instance, but you can customize the host name by adding a descriptor to your account. If you go into settings and adding an account descriptor there, then all application instances that are created will be created with a domain name that includes that account descriptor. Thank you.